Good morning. Day 2 of inviting you to join me in my morning routine. It is a beautiful day. It is also Saturday. And I always journal every single day, but I don't always write on Saturdays, but I'm going to today. Even if it's just, I'm going to give my bare minimum to be lower today. It's going to be 300 words. I'm really out of it. So often when I'm like this, journaling really helps me to just wake up and come home to myself. Thank you to everyone who watched and worked and created with me yesterday. It was such a beautiful thing to have everyone's messages come through after I posted it. It felt really special. So yeah, I'm going to journal. I've got a friend coming over today, so I've got to clean the house afterwards. All my canvases, I love my canvas era, but my house is only canvases. It's such a lot of work. So I'm going to try and organise that today. But yeah, she's bringing her puppy, and I really miss having a dog in my life. So that will be nice. Okay, I'll probably also make a little bit of content today. A lot of people ask me, sorry, it's Amy and you, time to chat, apparently. A lot of people ask me, how do you create so much content? And I think I've been sharing my creative journey on Instagram for 10 years in September. And my brain is really good at almost working unconsciously. She's always on the lookout, thinking about my process, thinking about, how I see other artists work. She's unconsciously gathering information for me to eventually turn into content during the day, which I think just happens when you do something as often as I do it. Journaling also really helps because I come home to my own creative process, and also I create most days, so I'm always in the practice, so I'm always thinking about what it means to be an artist. And that is why I have 70 billion canvases all around the room and all around the rest of the house too. One day I'm going to have a exhibition of them all, and I'm very excited for that. That's why I'm not getting rid of them yet, is I really would love to have an exhibition. And then maybe I might start selling them, or just handing them out on the street for free. Okay. Get your cup of tea, get your coffee, whatever time of day it is, get your glass of wine or your big mug of water, whatever it is you want. And let's go. I'm going to do my morning pages. Really quickly, it's the 4th of May today, which means it has been a whole year that me and James have lived in the UK. So I'm guessing I'm going to journal about that. He's not going to start vacuuming. Jamie? Baby? I'm just recording, but you can't. So maybe you could save the vacuuming? What? I'm just recording. Oh, I'm just putting it on charge. I was just seeing how much battery it had. I'm not going to vacuum this one. Thanks, baby. Are you doing a YouTube video? Yeah. Oh, wow. I know. Yeah, I'm just putting the vacuum on charge. Thank you. Sorry, I had my headphones in. That was such a beautiful session. If you chose to journal along with me and you need to keep going, please keep going. My journaling, as I said yesterday, is just often a dictation of what's in my head. However, when I'm really, really tired, like I am this morning, or I'm still in that sleepy haze, sometimes there's nothing there, like there's nothing really to dictate, but it's often in those moments where I realise, well, I get to choose now. I get to choose how I think today. I get to, be the architect of my own internal world. So the first part of that journaling was just gratitude for what I realised as I was writing the most magical, enchanted year of my life. It has been hard being here, especially for James. I lived in Oxford for, till I was 16. So it was like coming home. I have 2 homes. And James has never lived anywhere apart from Australia. So I think there's been a loneliness there for him. He's also much more extroverted than me. But for me, like, to come home here in this little cottage, and my introverted self has felt so safe, like it's been so tucked away from the world and from the noise of the world. And I've had the most creative year. I've had the most successful year. I've had the most incredible opportunities. I've met the most incredible people. And I've felt like surrounded by creativity in a way I've never in my life. I think back to how nervous I was this time last year. And I had no idea what was about to unfold. And I was like, what am I meant to do with this gratitude? But I just put it on the paper. And then, as I said before I started, I got like several ideas for content. And so I just jotted them down. I also wrote about how absolutely fucking hectic my end of year is going to be. We have basically back-to-back visitors and trips from around August, like back-to-back. Australia migrates over here apparently from August onwards, and so we have a huge amount of guests and a huge amount of travel. I've got a few big things coming up. We're going to go back to Australia for a wedding and for babies, and there's just going to be a lot. And there's a part of me, and I'm just talking to that part of me on this page who's like, fuck this isn't the life I wanted. It's like, I'm not going to waste 6 months of my life being a little bitch about it. Like, also, I'm so lucky. I'm so privileged to have so many incredible people in my life who want to visit us. And, I have 2 of the closest people in my life having babies at the end of the year, and one of James's little sisters getting married. Like, that, it's all beautiful things, and I literally refuse to waste 6 months of my life because it's not exactly how I would spend it. I'm so blessed, and it's so beautiful, and I just gave myself a fairly stern talking to, like, don't do this, and I can do it. Like, there's a stubbornness within me who would just be grumpy for 6 months, and what a fucking waste of time. So I talked myself out of that at the end of my pages there. And then I said, you've got 2 more weeks of gentleness here. Enjoy it. Life is good. In 2 weeks, we're going to the US, which is very exciting. We're going to LA and San Francisco for work. We're going to do workshops. There's still some tickets left. And I'm going on a big, beautiful podcast, which is fucking scary but exciting. And so I'm just, I've got 2 weeks where I can just be oozy and do life as I wanted to do. And I'm just reminding myself to take advantage of that. Okay, finished with my morning pages. Now I'm going to write. Everyone's like, you just wrote, now you're going to write again. I finished with my journaling, now I'm going to write my novel. Let's get me set up. Okay, where did I leave off yesterday? It's so nice that I left off with you. That's right. Dot and House are delivering post. And Dot was determined to deliver post to Mary, who's my other POV character. But Mary doesn't receive post, so who the fuck knows what's going to happen. She's quite cantankerous, so you can imagine it'll be fiery. You are doing so well. Whether you're creating right now or you're not, I'm so proud of you. Excuse me. There we go. lot of the time I get stuck because I've never written sci-fi before, and I have to ask James like for new words and also for concepts. Like, could this happen? Would this happen? How would that look? Because I'm a newbie. I do read sci-fi, but I read cozy sci-fi, and I'm only just into the genre. This is cozy sci-fi. So stupid. I really want to stop, but I have 100 words to go. Please be 300 words. Three, three, two. Thank fuck. That was really hard for me. I need to talk to James. I think often I get stuck to the point where I need to talk to James, but I'm like, I just try and write through it. Yeah, it was just pointless dialogue that went back and forward between Dr. House and Dr. Mary Fish. Mary is an ex-historian, as I said in my last YouTuber episode, and she basically ran away from Utopia because she was ashamed that she doesn't keep the historical archive pure, and that the AI and SI need to take over from that because humans aren't great at keeping away their biases. And so now she lives in her sim deck, and she basically makes simulations or games of historical concepts. And what she doesn't know is that she is incredibly fucking famous down on the utopian basically in the universe. She's incredibly famous. Her games and her sims are so well known, but she doesn't leave her deck. She doesn't want to know anything about the outside world. She's so filled with shame. So Dot and the postmaster here, Dot wants to give her a piece of fan mail because she gets fan mail every day, but she doesn't want to open her mail. And Dot's like, look, don't you want to see? Like, you impact the outside world. And Mary refuses. So anyway, it was just, I won't lie to you, it wasn't good, but I showed up and I did it. This is an invitation if you take meds, to take your meds, or if you don't, to have a nice deep sip of water. I'm just going to put you down for 1 second. Proud of us. Baby consistent steps makes for mastery and makes for masterpieces. Masterpieces are made piece by piece, and sometimes in really, really shitty pieces. In fact, most of the time with shitty pieces. I'm grateful for you. Slightly shorter session today as I only did 300 words, but I'm so thankful for your presence. And I love that we get to do this kind of body doubling thing together. Again, I'm going to keep doing this for a little bit, see if it works, see if it resonates. It certainly works for me. I mean, I get my writing and journaling done much quicker because I'm not distracted and I'm focused on task. So for that, thank you so much. Thank you for being with me and for holding me accountable to my creative dreams and how I want to live my life. Thank you for your comments. If you are here, it would be beautiful if you liked and you also subscribed. I'm excited to build my YouTube channel. It's been an intention for years, but it has always kind of fallen down the list. But hopefully this and being with you is something that can work for me, and that also serves you, so I can do it consistently. I love you. We need your art.